My wife refuses to accept our divorce, and I think she's trying to trick me. This is OKOP, home to the craziest true stories on earth. I'm Sophia, and Riley, what's the best trick you've ever played?
Myself.
Whoa! So Straight Corner 3555 says, using a throwaway because I just need advice. My wife, 29 female, and I, 34 male, have been married for 4 years. And up until a year and a half ago, things were great. Our marriage began to deteriorate after there was a significant drop in between us. Not intimacy, just the actual part of the relationship. We would still cuddle and have deep, intimate moments, talking and just being around each other, but she kept rejecting my attempts at taking things further past kissing. Now, we have had no problem communicating, so I made sure to address it early, and we talked and made adjustments. We both made sure to stay in shape. We tried being more adventurous. We went to couples therapy / counseling, and even tested both of our hormone levels. Everything was normal. Each solution would work for a little while, and then we'd be back to having maybe once a month. I asked her several times if she was no longer attracted to me, to which she denied every time. I asked her if I was falling short in the relationship in any way, to which she said no. Well, about a month ago, she gets back from her therapy session and tells me that she believes that she's asexual, and that's the reason for her libido being non-existent as of late. I was definitely confused because we had such great sex for a while in the beginning of our relationship, but her telling me that she's now asexual was heartbreaking because everything else is great. Obviously, I'm not going to force her to have sex, so we had a long conversation about our relationship, and I came to the conclusion that we should get a divorce. Whoa.
Yo.
I feel like that's a really quick...
I mean,
I don't know. It depends on how many conversations they have, because it sounds like they had one conversation and he was like, I got a divorce.
The biggest thing for him is and they're trying new things. They're working it out. Guess he just can't get past this. That sucks.
That does suck because it seems like they still have they still have great intimacy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like that's kind of a hasty decision to make.
Yeah, it's that big.
I don't think so, but apparently he does.
Yeah, is that the biggest factor of your relationship with her? I think you might need to do some readjusting.
Yeah,
I feel like that's not healthy.
I don't know. To me, again, everyone has their own, stuff in a relationship and their own requirements. But I don't know. For me, I don't think that would be something I would break up over.
Yeah.
Especially they've been together for 4 years, right?
Yeah. And this only happened a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
So he's just not been satisfied.
I say because she immediately rejected the idea. She said no. He's like, we should get a divorce. And she was like, Ashley,
can't.
Uno reverse. And said we would figure something out and wouldn't talk to me about it anymore. I didn't know what to say, so I dropped it. Well, 3 weeks go by without, and I decided that I have to do this for my own mental well-being. So I filed for divorce and had her served with the papers.
Honestly, if such a big part of your relationship,
it seems,
go to
yeah.
Go to a therapist.
But her, because she's asexual, she just because it's kind of a spectrum.
Okay.
Some asexuals will have, some will not have it at all. And it seems like she's in the group of I don't want to have it at all.
Yeah. Another part of me thinks maybe he's not romantic enough.
Yeah.
Or being intimate, maybe.
I feel like there are other ways to achieve intimacy in a relationship, and I don't think the number one thing.
Yeah.
But I guess for him it is. Last week when I got home from work, she was going about the day like nothing was wrong. I asked her if she signed the papers, and she flat out said, "We are not getting a divorce," and changed the subject and acted like things were normal. Obviously, I thought this was crazy, so I stopped her and said I couldn't be in a marriage devoid of. And I mentioned that I was being incredibly fair with our divorce. I don't know if that's she just doesn't want, she wants you. She doesn't care about the fairness of the divorce or the money. She just wants to be in a relationship with you. She can keep the house that we bought and paid for with cash. She paid 1/3. I paid 2/3. I'd take all of the debt, which isn't much. We'd split our savings and investments in half, and she can keep 2 of our 3 paid off cars. I only wanted to keep my sports car. Thankfully, we don't have kids. I love her and want her to be comfortable, and I have no problem starting over since I made a good income, but she won't budge or talk about the divorce. This brings us to 2 days ago. I get home and go to our bed and find my wife's friend, 27 female, in our bed naked. Oh my God, what? I immediately shut the door, said sorry, and went looking for my wife. I feel like she's doing this, she's like, oh, if you have sex with this person, we can still have our relationship.
Oh, that's so sad.
I feel like that's where this is going, which is,
oh, And what kind of friend is this?
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah.
I feel like either the friend is like super ride or die, or she already liked the guy.
Super ride or die. Could you ever be ride or die for a friend like this?
No.
That's crazy. That's insane.
No.
I don't think I could.
Yeah, I don't think I'm in that. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
I found her in the kitchen and asked what her friend was doing here, and she said that she was here for me. Oh God. I put 2 and 2 together and said that I'm not having sex with another woman in place of the woman I chose to marry. She was adamant on saying that I could sleep with her whenever I wanted and that her friend agreed to it.
This is wild.
Your husband would also have to, OP would have to agree to it too. That's not how that works.
Insane.
That is not how that works. I couldn't believe things would get this far, so I went back to our bedroom and asked her friend to leave. I packed a bag and I've been staying in a hotel nearby since that night. My wife, her mother, and her sister keep calling me, but I'm just not interested in hearing what they have to say. This feels like a trick. I just want this whole thing to be over.
Her mother and sister?
Yeah. Does anyone have advice? Is this some kind of ploy for alimony? We do have a prenup. Should I just contact my lawyer and try and force the divorce? I'm really uncomfortable with this entire situation. And edit, we talked last night. I'll update when I get home from work. And there is an update.
This is insane.
Before we get into it, let's talk.
Sadly, it makes sense why the wife would do this.
Yeah.
He's not getting solution.
Yeah.
Him having
She's
sex.
just like, oh, maybe I can like still be married to him if we do this. Definitely wrong way to go about that.
Wrong way to go about it.
That was a discussion. But I also think that, I don't know.
She's just trying to save the relationship.
There should have been a longer discussion. And maybe there were. It doesn't really say. Before he was like, yeah, we're getting divorced. He says, he later implies, he's like, I'm not having sex with your friend over the person I chose to marry. But he's like choosing to divorce her. So he's like, I don't know. At first I'm totally against her friend idea. That was not well done. Like very bad. Should not have done that. But like originally I felt really bad for her because I feel like he's just making really hasty decisions based off of like, I don't know.
Yeah, that should have been a talk, communication.
Yeah.
Would you want to be with someone that was okay with that? Like for the wife, like the wife, I'm just interested of like over time, if her, like the husband said yes, starts having sex with her friend, how long until things get complicated?
How long until she's jealous? Yeah.
And then what are you going to do then?
I think there's always a chance where I feel like in this situation, it was definitely like the wrong move. In other situations, there are like ways to make it work and communication involved in opening your relationship. But yeah, I think this was the wrong move because if he had agreed to it, she's only doing it because she's like, there's a part that you are literally part of myself that you are literally willing to like divorce me over. And I feel like this is very desperate grab to like bring him back, which is sad. But there's an update. Maybe it gets better. Probably not.
Yay.
I'll try to keep this as concise as possible. I feel overwhelmed, so I probably won't bother with another update after this one. I don't know. My wife came to my hotel last night and we talked about everything. She told me the full truth and what's going on in her mind.
Ooh.
Number 1.
You think she's cheating?
No.
She said full truth.
Yeah, and you were like, cheating.
Yeah.
That's most of the stories.
Boom.
A few of you commented this in the last post, so you were right. She has always been asexual. She and her whole family have known this since she was 16. Oh, so he's just finding. Okay. Apparently, this is the reason why her last long-term relationship of 3 years ended. He broke up with her after the sex between them diminished to being non-existent after the first year. She told me that sex is easier for her in the beginning when emotions are running high, but she still needs to force herself to have it. I know they broke up due to irresolvable differences, but I didn't ask for details, nor did she tell me. After a lot of apologies and crying, she told me that I was the first person she was able to tolerate sex with for so long that she did enjoy it a handful of times, but after a while, she still felt like she was being used. I broke down after hearing this and started kicking myself for not catching on to any of this. She said she tried her best to please me as much as she could. There's more to that update, but ooh.
It sucks. Because in a way, the husband may feel like she's not being intimate. No, he just wants sex.
Yeah.
That's so tough.
It's so tough. And I feel really bad for her because on the one hand, I feel like there's a part of me that's like, oh, you should disclose that if you know at the beginning or like towards the beginning of the relationship, because it is such a big part of you. Like it's part of your identity. But also there is like, especially for asexual, there's a fear, you know, because there's such a stigma about like, you know, needing to like people needing to have sex in a relationship and sex being the only way to have intimacy in a relationship, which isn't true. So I feel like there's a lot of fear about that, especially since her first relationship ended over it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this
that's
is
really
so
tricky.
Sad.
It's really sad. Like she just wants to have this relationship with the man that she loves, and they're married.
They are married, and it looks like they're doing well.
Yeah,
they got a house paid for and some cars paid for.
I have this really impressive 27-year streak.
27 years. That is what, like half your life?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. The streak is I have never broken a bone in my body in my whole life. Ever. Nothing.
Really?
0.
Have you really been living then?
See, that's the thing is I'm kind of scared. If this happens, where am I going to turn?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm terrified. I don't know where to go.
Yeah. Well, I feel like if you do ever break a bone, there is one place you should turn always.
Where?
ZocDoc.
ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare highly rated in-network doctors near you.
And instantly book appointments with them online.
And all these doctors have actual reviews from real, verified patients.
We're talking about booking appointments with tens of thousands of top-rated,
patient-reviewed,
credible doctors and specialists.
You can filter for ones that take your insurance
and treat basically any condition you're searching for.
The typical wait time to see a doctor on ZocDoc is only 24 to 72 hours.
Sometimes even the same day.
Y'all, we all use ZocDoc and you should too.
Go to ZocDoc.com/OKOP and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today.
That's ZocDoc.com/OKOP, ZocDoc.com/OKOP. Back to the show.
She still doesn't want a divorce, and she doesn't want the house, cars, or the savings. She just wants me and is ready to do whatever it takes to keep me. She even said that she would sign a postnup stating this. Number 3, as for her friend, she was there during her last breakup and helped to support her through it. My wife went to talk to her after I brought up divorce and talked things out. Her friend suggested that she open the relationship for me, but she said she didn't want me sleeping with strange women, so her friend volunteered herself to be the one that sleeps with me.
That
I don't know about that friend.
Is tricky.
I don't know about that friend.
I don't like that.
I don't know about that. My wife thought this was a great idea, which led to the fiasco at her house. I won't comment on her appearance because it doesn't matter, and I don't blame the friend.
Basically, she's hot.
Yeah, he's like, I won't talk about her appearance. That's besides the point. Number 4, my lawyer got back to me. You were all right. I don't need her permission, but I will have to wait if I want to push it through. Number 5, I asked her why she lied to me this entire time, and she said she was tired of being rejected after revealing she was asexual.
Aww.
So she convinced herself that she would be able to force herself to have sex during the relationship. The hormone testing, the sessions in couples therapy, and all of our quote unquote solutions were just buying her time to find another way around sex or give her enough time to build up the strength to start regularly having sex with me again. Number 6, our conversation ended with us holding each other in bed, crying for a couple of hours. No, we didn't have sex. She pleaded, I would hope not.
Doesn't sound like you would.
She pleaded with me to hold off on the divorce to look for a solution together and left my hotel room. 7, I'm now sitting alone, typing this effing post. I guess I found out that we don't share everything with each other. Thank you to everyone who's messaged me directly. I'm still trying to get to all of them. I don't know what I'm going to do. There are some relevant comments and an update.
This?
Yeah. It's really hard because I feel for both of them.
Let's look up if you can fix asexuality.
No, don't look that up. That is not a thing. No.
Okay, there's nothing you can do.
No. That's just a thing that, who you are. It's your identity.
What do you mean by that?
Like.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me.
No, it's who you are.
It's who you are, always trying to fix things.
No, asexuality is like who you are. And again, it's a spectrum. Some asexuals will have sex, some don't have it at all.
That's so tough because relationship, that is a part of it.
A part of some. And it seems like it was a part of this and he had that expectation, which isn't to say that it's wrong, but it does really hurt when she's like gone through this before and trying to find someone who will have a relationship and will accept that, like who she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really hard. But there's some relevant comments. This is so sad.
Okay.
I really hope that they like take a second and don't get divorced and like just talk a little bit more.
I hope so too.
Relevant comments. How long has the wife known about the divorce? OP said, we lightly touched on the subject 4 months prior to getting served. The final push was when she discovered that she was asexual. I brought up divorce at that time, but she didn't want to talk about it and said she won't consider divorce. I was stonewalled from that specific conversation. I filed anyway. It was the first time she refused to talk to me about any subject. I was surprised since we share literally everything with each other. Is it a medical issue? OP says, if it was a medical issue, I wouldn't have made this post and I'd be by my wife's side right now, but it isn't the case. And this is how I show and feel my love. We only get to do this being a human thing once, and is important to me. Is she depressed? OP says, I don't think she's depressed. I'm sure her therapist would have caught it or she would have told me, but I can't be sure now. Other than things have been normal. I can't imagine that we missed anything. She really did put in a ton of effort. We both did/do. But thank you. I know we'll both be fine, but I figure it's better to do this now before we accidentally have children. She doesn't want to. There is an update though. I don't know. You're going to have children there.
Yeah. This is really interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah,
the only closest thing I have is that I thought one of my friends in high school were asexual.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to contribute to this.
I have friends who are asexual, and I feel like I think you just kind of have to find someone who will accept that, because there are people out there.
Yeah.
And if someone's prizing over their love for you, then they're just not the right person for you.
Not for you.
Yeah. But there's an update, and I feel like it's going to keep getting worse.
Yay. Or better.
Or better.
He becomes asexual too.
Yeah. After my last update, my wife asked me to meet with her about a week later to discuss things with her. I've been staying at the hotel with an extended stay since the night with a friend. We met at her house and talked for a few hours. She started off with a ton of apologies for how she acted, her lying about her sexuality, and not taking my needs more seriously. Before I could say anything, she presented a signed Postnup agreement she had drafted with a lawyer stating that she doesn't want anything. The house, the cars, savings, everything. I felt like the biggest a-hole for thinking that she was tricking me for more money. That was also pretty messed up that he considered that. He was like, oh, is she trying to do this thing with her friend so that she can steal from me? When it's like so obvious that she was just trying to like keep this relationship going.
Yeah.
I was kind of messed up with him. I asked her if she was serious and she told me to take the Postnup with me and sign it when I'm ready. I still haven't signed it. It's in my backpack. I told her I still think divorce is our best course of action and that we both deserve to find someone who matches our needs. That's true. She still refused and borderline begged me to reconsider. She started crying and so did I. Seeing her like this was devastating. I told her that her finding other women to sleep with me wasn't going to work. What if I develop feelings for them? What if I get one of them pregnant? Did we expect her to get an abortion? She said, we'll figure it out as we go along, and to please give her more time to work on other solutions. She set up appointments for hormone therapy and is seeing a guru. I don't think you can. That's I
set up points for.
Yeah.
No,
that's like that. That's who you are, and I feel like she's trying to do it for him, but unfortunately, like you can't change who you are. I said that it sounds like we're going through the same things again, but she was adamant and pleaded with me to wait. There were more apologies on both sides, and we kissed for a while before ending the conversation. Then I went back to my hotel that night. A few days later, I tried texting her, but she didn't respond, so I called her dad. I'm avoiding her mother and sisters since they're saying the same things as my wife. Her dad told me that she moved back home and has been holed up in her room since our talk. She called out of work. He told me that she's barely eating, bathing, or talking to him or her mom. He asked me what I was going to do, but I didn't have an answer for him. He just said he understands and said he would be here to talk anytime I wanted to. So I went back to our house, and a good portion of her stuff was gone. The whole place feels empty. I've been sleeping in one of the spare rooms. I'm planning on flying to my mother's house in a couple of weeks to spend time with my family to decompress from this entire situation. I'm still on the divorce side of the fence, but I guess there's no rush. Thank you to everyone for your insight and concern. Seriously, I know we're all strangers, but most of you have been a huge help to my mental health. Seriously, thank you. That's so sad.
That is really
That's
sad.
really sad because they're both I think they're both allowed to have different needs in a relationship, but it is really sad that like she's so desperately, wants to be in this relationship and he still loves her. Yeah.
It's just not, it's just that keeps getting in the way.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
That's really sad.
I don't have any, I mean, she wants to see, have they not done that before?
Yeah, no, they said that they did, but I don't think that's going to solve it because that, again, this is like her identity and I don't think it's, wise to try and change that part of you.
Yeah, who you are in the
like someone I think a partner should accept the like all of those who you are as a person. And it seems like the husband's not able to. So maybe that relationship wasn't right for her.
Divorce.
Seems like they're on the road to it.
Yep.
But you know what we're on the road to?
What's that, Sophia?
This next story. I ruined my parents' relationship over reading mail. Have you ever read anyone's mail that wasn't yours?
No, I have not.
Legally? No.
I have not. I would never, and never have I. Heard it here first.
I really don't know if I trust
like a
that.
trap.
Legally, it's illegal, so.
I would not ever, pleading the fifth, some would say.
Oh, some would say. So Dandelion Plant says, I, 24, don't want to say what I do for work, but let's just say it's the type of job that includes a lot of written letters from clients that are supposed to be confidential and only for my eyes. I'm fresh out of college and living with my, what?
I need to know what type of job this is.
I feel like there's a couple jobs that would require some confidentiality.
Chat GPT. Okay. So.
Yeah.
I asked chat, what could her job be? We got 1, therapist, 2, lawyer, 3, private investigator, 4, human resources, 5, medical professionals, 6, executive, 7, financial advisor, 8, diplomat, government official, 9, clergy member, 10, academic advisor. I'm going to go with 8 or...
I think HR.
3.
I feel like
private
HR.
investigator or government official.
Private investigator?
Or government official.
I think HR or government official. Those are my guesses.
I'm going to think they're a private investigator.
Well, I think she's just like pretty young to be a private investigator.
Wow. Ageism. You heard it here first. Sophia hates young people.
Yeah.
She thinks they're incompetent.
Yeah, I'm like, they don't deserve to be private investigators.
You know what? Ouch.
I said it.
Too bad the boys can't be offended by that.
I'm fresh out of college and living with my parents, so I can finish paying off for school. My work letters, of course, go to my parents' address since they live miles away from a post office, and driving to a P.O. box is a huge pain. The issue started with my father. Ever since high school, when I received mail, my dad would open it. Whenever I received Christmas/birthday cards in the mail with money in them, my dad would hand me the card and insist he'll keep the money safe for me until I demanded he hand it over. Any package I would order for myself, he would open and hand to me. Sometimes the products were used by him as well. My God. The final straw was when he received my acceptance letter to my dream college, and instead of waiting for me to come home to open it, he opened it himself and called me while I was at work to congratulate me. Messed up.
You know what? This guy just likes receiving presents.
He's like, I just want to open things. Yeah, that's crazy. I've spoken to my mother about how much this makes me feel uncomfortable, and she told me she'd speak to my father about it, to which he would apologize and not do it for a week before doing it again the next week. I had also spoken to my dad about the confidentiality of the mail that I would be receiving now that I'm working. And he says he understands, but it all came crashing down a few weeks ago. Uh-oh.
Dad got too excited.
He's like, I have to open it. You're telling me that there's something interesting in there?
I can open it?
Come on.
It is my address.
Yeah, it's my mail. While I was working, my dad came into my room, handed me open envelopes from my clients, and even tried to have a conversation about it with me, but I just ignored him until he got the hint and left. After work, I yelled at him for violating client confidentiality, to which he got defensive and said that I live in his house and any mail sent to his house would be read by him. Furious, the next week I thought I would take revenge on my father by going to the mailbox and reading his mail. But what I found was what ended my relationship with him. Uh-oh.
What do you find? What do you find?
I see you in the comments. I see you in the comments.
What do you think he found?
Cheating. Cheating.
Wow.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be. The mail that he keeps opening.
Like he's getting love letters from his mistress?
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, she's been sending him like 2-page love letters because there's no, actually, no, those are pretty easily traceable. Why is he checking all of the mail?
It's kind of important.
I don't know. I feel like there's something going on. What do you think it is?
What would a mistress send? Honestly, I don't even think it was cheating. I think it was like he's up to like some sketchy business. And since she's a private investigator, she's like, I can't do this anymore.
I can't do this.
That's
You've
what
ended
it is.
our relationship. You think it's not cheating? You think it's like, what's the word? Fraud. Embezzlement, fraud, all that jazz. I think that actually could also be it.
I think it's it.
I agree. I had found credit card statements on jewelry and restaurants that were too fancy for my dad to go to alone. And I don't remember the last time my dad took my mom on a date nor bought her any jewelry. So she found statements like receipts on these things. I think the parents are still together.
Okay. I thought she was at her dad's place.
No. They're still together. That's why she's like, oh my, who is this for? I also found a letter addressed to my dad from a woman who stated how tired she was for hiding this relationship for so long and how she's so desperate for his letters to reach her. I was right.
What?
Oh my God. Why are they communicating over like letters? What is this?
Snail mail.
What is this 1800s
Honestly,
stuff?
it's not trackable. If they don't get in the wrong hands, it's not trackable.
As long as no one finds the letters though. Like that's like
this or Snapchat. And I doubt he knows how to use Snapchat.
He does not know it. Yeah. I feel like those are like if he's having to do so much to hide it. Like he's running around opening everyone's letters to make sure that it's not his letter from his side lady. When my dad noticed the mailbox was empty, my dad ran back in the house as white as a ghost. He walked into the kitchen to see me and my mom in the kitchen reading his mail. Before the fighting could start, my mom asked me to leave the house. So I drove to my aunt's who lived 45 minutes away and explained everything. I came back after 2 days when my dad's stuff was gone. My mom told me my dad's living in a hotel and she will be in contact with a divorce lawyer.
Ooh.
Turns out my dad has been having an affair with a family friend. Oh my God. And we're hiding it through letters to leave no digital footprint. Yikes. My dad ended up showing my mom the stash of letters he had, and she took photos of each and every single letter before she asked him to leave. I feel at fault because I at first wanted to be petty with my dad, but it unraveled into this huge event and made me think, no wonder he's been looking through my stuff. He was giving himself away. I feel like I've shattered my mom's world since I can hear her cry every night since the incident. And there are some top comments and an update.
It was the dad's fault.
It was the dad's fault. That wasn't you.
He shouldn't have opened the mail.
Yeah, no, that wasn't you. I feel like OP's trying, like, kind of blaming herself, but that's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
Absolutely not. Like, he's cheating.
You get an award
For truthfulness.
There you go. Yeah. Do that.
There are some top comments. Jilly Jills 42 says, you didn't ruin your parents' marriage. Your father ruined it.
Nice.
No wonder he was so controlling. Also, don't know if you're in the US, but it's a crime to open someone else's mail. It's not your fault that he's a bad person. Just be glad your mother doesn't have to put up with his BS anymore. So true. Get him out of your life. Get him out of there.
That makes sense why his mail.
Why he was so obsessive with the mail. He's like, I need to know every mail that's coming into the house. OP responds, I will be pursuing a case about this. Thank you so much. I already spoke to my work about it. And then XXSKSXX says, you didn't ruin your parents' relationship. Your dad having an affair ruined it. You just found out about it and gave your mom the chance to make an informed decision with all the facts on whether she wanted to be in a marriage with a cheater. Yeah, these people are telling facts. Dottie Budget 1533 says that maybe her dad took her birthday money to pay for his secret life. Oh, wait, because
how long has this affair been happening?
Well, because he was saying that when she was younger, she would get birthday money and he would take it from her. And then when she would have to demand him that he give it back. So maybe he was taking some of that money.
Wow.
Awesome One Forever says his insane mail rule wasn't about invading your privacy. That was a bonus for him. It was about covering his for as long as possible. Facts. He did it to himself. And there is an update.
Wow. This is
getting crazy. Yeah. I'm glad they're leaving this dad because he sucks. He's a stinky guy. That's a fact.
Stench.
The stench wafts off him. But there's an update, so let's get into it. Thank you all so much. I wrote this all out last night, drunk off my mind, and I never expected this much kindness from strangers. I'll go ahead and answer a few questions here and then give an update. Number 1. Was my dad using my money from the gifts to buy stuff for his mistress? I'm 50-50 on this answer. I received cards when I was younger with money, and it was the same routine. Aunts and uncles would give me $100 per card, and my dad always gave them to me when I was younger. $100 per card?
Did you get hundreds growing up?
Not as a child.
Yeah.
I got like $20.
I always get like hundreds, and my mom would keep them put in the bank for me.
What the heck?
Yeah.
I
got a lot of savings.
That's so messed up.
That I have no idea about.
That's great. I love that for you. Yeah. I did not get hundreds growing up. No.
Wow.
I get them at like, I got them at my 21st birthday and my graduation party, but because I was graduating.
Yeah, I get like 100. Probably get like 400 or 500s.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Love that for you. As I got older, obviously the money reduced to $20 to $40. I do believe my dad would give me back half my money in those cards back, which would make sense as to how he was able to make such huge expenses on his mistress. I need to collect proper evidence, so I plan on calling my aunts and uncles and other relatives who would send me money. So he's literally stealing his kids' money. That's whack. Number 2, the mistress would send letters addressed as a business or a credit card company. If you asked me, they were doing the most. When my mom would check the mail, she would see the letters that were addressed to my dad as bills or some crazy BS and never open them because she doesn't handle the bills. A lot of packages were sent by the mistress as well, which is why he went through my packages, and I don't want to imagine what kind of crap she was mailing him. And now for the update, the long-awaited update. Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen?
I think that the mom and the dad are going to divorce and they're going to go no contact. It's my idea.
Only reasonable thing they could do.
Yeah. I mean, he's literally cheating and stealing their mail. Like I said before, it's been a few weeks since it happened. I've been doing my best to comfort my mother while she deals with all the legal business and my dad's constant appeals to my mom to apologize and beg for forgiveness. Too little, too late. I've been listening to her and she keeps spiraling between wanting to forgive him and cursing him to hell. I told her my own personal opinion, which was to never take back a cheater. She did basically everything for him and she shouldn't see it as her not being enough for him. That's his fault for not appreciating her. So true. Not you didn't cause your cheater husband to cheat. He did that on his own. The mistress also was a married woman. Oh God, 2 relationships. Yikes. My mom reached out to, and this is also the family friend. I forgot. Ooh, messy. My mom reached out to her husband, sending him the letters she had taken photos of. Even had a long phone call with him about what was going on. He initiated the divorce, and the mistress is now angry at my father for not being more careful. Yikes, that is not the takeaway.
Oh, man.
The mistress's ex-husband, who I'll call Henry, has been a best friend of my mom's throughout the legal cases. I hear the mistress is still reaching out to forgive him, which I honestly think is very funny since my dad is doing the same thing. Wait, what? They're forgiving the people they cheated on? Weird. She was financially dependent on Henry, and my dad isn't making enough at his job to support the lifestyle she wants. Yesterday, Henry asked my mom to come out to lunch with him. They've been sad shut-ins for the past few days, and they agreed to go get some fresh air. I encouraged my mom to do such and to call me if my dad or the mistress decided to show face when they went, just so I could pick her up. My dad hasn't apologized to me at all about reading my mail. In fact, he's called me and left me voicemails telling me that this whole situation was my fault. How does he gather that? Then going and crying, saying he regrets everything and he hopes he can still be my dad. I honestly don't know what to do with him right now, other than ignore him. I don't know if there will be another update, but I will if something major happens. I hope some of what I said clears things up for you all. Whoa. That's a lot.
That's insane.
A lot.
It's your fault.
It's your fault.
It's your fault that you found it. Dude, the main point of the story was like, stop reading my mail. Still hasn't gotten the hint.
He still hasn't. No, he's like, it's not my fault. I had to do it to cheat on my wife. So really, who's the victim here? Yeah, no, this guy sucks. He abandoned his family. OP, I feel bad for OP. Yeah. Those are my takeaways.
Those are your takeaways.
Those are my takeaways. I feel bad. This sucks.
Don't read other people's mail.
Yeah, don't do that, guys. Don't do it. It's illegal.
I love that. Don't love, but it's funny how the mistress found a way to communicate to him.
Yeah, she was like, we need to do it over mail.
This is the way they used to back in the day.
Yeah, they're like, we must communicate through carrier pigeon to talk about cheating.
What's your carrier pigeon's name?
Gerald.
Wilson.
Oh, it's just your last name.
Yeah, call him Wilson.
Wow.
Just a good pigeon name.
Just a good pigeon name. You know those types of names that like really strike you as pigeon names.
That's a good one.
That's how they do.
Like Henry.
Henry the pigeon?
Mm-hmm.
Why is that a pigeon name?
So proper.
Henry.
Or
Philip.
Gregory?
No, I feel like Philip.
Yeah, I want to name my kid
pigeon.
Philip.
My wife cheated on me with our son's baseball coach. Wow.
Your hitting percentage low?
Yeah.
You need to swing a little harder.
Did he hit on you?
Wow. There's so many
Did
so
you
many
tell him
jokes
you
with
don't
this.
swing that way? Did you?
Because you weren't a good enough pitcher?
I don't think that makes sense. But neither did mine.
Because there's a pitcher and a catcher.
So Makers on the Rocks.
There's a pitcher and a catcher in a relationship.
Yes, sure. So Makers on the Rocks says, wife just told me that she's been seeing someone for the past 6 months.
Oh.
Been married 8 years, 5 and 6-year-old kids.
No.
No.
Yes.
No. This is horrible. I've been madly in love the whole time as she's an amazing person and mother. Literally keeps the family together.
And mother.
And is just spectacular, truly.
And mother.
She was showing me something on her phone and I saw a text come in saying, I love you more.
Just my cousin.
My cousin.
It's just my foreign brother.
And I asked who it was. She explained it was a coworker that she's been helping out, and I thought nothing more of it. She told you it was a coworker, and you were like, yeah, coworkers say I love you all the time.
Well, I mean,
that's true, we do.
We
but
do.
We also live together. That's different.
That's different. Who's a coworker we don't say I love you to? Just like, no, I'd still tell our editor Zachy,
I love you.
I love you.
I love you more.
Or like any of you editors. I love you, editor. That's editing this right now.
Editors, yeah. Yeah. I don't know, maybe. I still think it would be kind of.
I'd tell anyone, but not okay. I would say I love you, but not more.
Yeah. I feel like it's just weird that she like her way to cover it up instead of being like, oh, this is a family member.
Yeah.
This is a friend.
Fucking lame excuse. Come
like
on.
coworker.
Get creative.
That day, we had a lot of family over to celebrate our daughter's birthday, and it was a wonderful time.
Oh, because if she would have said family member, wait, maybe that would have helped.
Yeah.
Oh, she missed that opportunity.
What? Yeah. Not that I'm advocating for this or trying to give people, ways to do it.
But this was a lame excuse.
It was a lame excuse. What she should have done was been like, oh, it's a family member. And then if he was like, I don't know, if he was going to ask any follow-up questions, she sends the same, she's like, hey, love you. And then she gets them to say, I love you more somehow. I don't know.
There you go.
But she's lame excuses. Some stayed overnight. So the next day, after a wonderful weekend getting company out and putting the kids down, my wife said she needs to tell me something. Uh-oh. Well, that I love you more was not from her coworker. Well, at least not the one she explained it was. But I'm not sure because she's not sharing any details regarding the other person. She told me that 6 months ago when I was in a dark place and have since come out of, no drugs except weed and booze, which we both partake in, she found love from someone else. Love I wasn't providing in our relationship. If I have feelings for someone else, I'm not sure that I should have married. It's not fair to you or me. I never planned for this to happen, but now that it's a reality, we need to deal with it.
Interesting.
She explained that she wasn't looking for someone else. It just happened. A friendship that bloomed into more. She also told me that they have not been intimate and explained that as a sexual relationship. Wait, what? She said they haven't been intimate, but they have a sexual relationship?
That's pretty intimate.
That's pretty intimate. Oh, wait, sorry. I think I understand what she's saying. She said, we haven't been intimate, and intimate meaning we haven't.
Yeah. I was just like, does intimate mean you have to have eye contact?
Yeah, like what are you saying?
What does this mean?
Staring contest? What? What? Okay. Okay.
You just completely missed what I said. Because
what did you say?
Explain having a relationship but not being intimate. And I'm like, oh, do they not have eye contact? And then you said...
staring contest.
I meant like they don't look at each other.
Oh.
But like doing the whatever.
Oh.
Thus making it not intimate.
I thought you meant that they were, because when we were whatever. Ew. Whatever. She says life is too short and she wants to be happy. She's proud of all the changes I've made and I've always been a good dad, but I've grown into a great daddy and my kids and I have never been closer. But she wants to be 100% happy and the changes I've made haven't gotten her there. So she's seeking elsewhere.
Oh, you're not it, buddy. You're not it. That doesn't give you an excuse to emotionally cheat. It just sounds like emotionally cheating.
Yeah, she is emotionally cheating. She says this person because they're already at the I love you stage. Yeah.
Oh.
She says this person may not be the 100% answer, but she worries that I'm at the best I can be and it's not enough. Yet, she's not giving me specifics. We've had a beautiful, loving relationship. We are known to be well out together. Well out together? well off, maybe. We are known to be well off together and have our stuff in line. We'd be the last couple that folks would think this is happening to. So I'm devastated, absolutely, totally ripped apart and don't know what to do. We own a house together. What we're making payments on, I carry no debt besides said home, and she's in the same position. We had a perfect life together, and I'm suddenly being blindsided by this 6-month relationship where she had feelings for and thinks it's best we split. I have no idea how to move forward. I told her she needs to let her family know what's going on so I can tell mine. It's her cat to let out of the bag. It's just so sad for our kids. When we were dating and in marriage, cheating was one of the things that would break us. We both came from broken families, and it was something I never wanted for our kids. Oh, I just feel so hollow and broken. She is/was everything to me, and I'm so thankful for the 10 years we've been together. 10 years?
Yikes.
But I think the writing is on the walls and I'm helpless. It's all up to her. I'm broken into a million pieces. And there is a 5-month update.
Whoa.
Yeah, so we can see what happened, how things shook out.
Guys, that is sad. Like he's done.
That's really sad.
He's put in the work.
Yeah, he did a
changed
lot
himself.
of work. Anyway, he did a lot of work. I think it's also, again, like it's not necessarily it wouldn't have made the wife an a-hole if she was like, I no longer have those feelings because you were in that dark place, blah, blah, blah. And I want to leave the relationship. But the a-hole, obviously the a-hole thing is that she cheated on him.
Yeah.
You weren't able to be big enough to end that relationship.
Yeah. That's huge.
Yeah.
It really does suck too.
The kids. Yeah.
The freaking kids have to go through this.
Yeah, that really sucks. And they're pretty young.
They're young.
It's just pretty sad.
They're so young.
Yeah.
And now they have to be. Now, hold up. I'm so sad for our kids because that's how they grew up. And now they're having to grow up in that same broken family.
They're not breaking the cycle. So 5-month update. So we spent some time apart and she continued her relationship with him.
Oh.
I did some digging in the meantime and looked at the phone records to find that it was our son's coach. Oh my God. I know that was in the title, but Jesus.
She just wanted some more practice.
Yeah.
She needed help hitting.
I called her out on it and she...
Wait, there's more.
Okay.
There's more. She needed help hitting. She needed some balls thrown at her.
These are bad.
We need to work on this.
I need to work on this.
Come on.
Unbelievable.
Baseball references.
I don't know baseball references. I don't even know baseball.
But there's so many opportunities here.
Yeah, I don't do sports. I called her out on it and she still continued the relationship. I saw a lawyer and he told me to not leave the house or the kids and either try to work it out or time to leave and see a therapist.
Wait, what?
What?
This is a bad lawyer.
Either try to work it out or work out a time to leave and see a therapist. I think that's what it's saying.
What?
I don't know. My therapist says she's a narcissist and that I should protect myself, protect my kids, and run. OP's like, I didn't say this, but my therapist said she's a narcissist, so...
Time out. The lawyer being like,
yeah,
stay?
Yeah.
While the therapist is like, run? Shouldn't that...
I think he's saying stay in the house so he doesn't lose custody.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Come December, she said she had cut it off with him and wanted to try again. No. I gave her all the effort in the world, but I don't feel like her soul's been in it. Wait, he gave her a second chance? She's not overcompensating or has even truly apologized for what she's done. I also got access to her photos. I'm the admin on the family Google account, and she doesn't know that I've seen all I have. She framed a picture of him and had it, maybe still does,
what?
At her desk.
What?
I found naked selfies she sent him that I haven't even received. I found a picture of his naked butt in our beach condo, which I thought was neutral space as we were not sharing it during our time apart.
Wait, time out. So she physically cheated.
No. At this time, they were broken up.
Oh, okay.
But still.
But okay.
She's taking him to a shared beach condo.
The picture of him.
That's
framed.
A frame picture?
A frame picture.
I don't have
frame pictures of people.
No, I don't even have a frame picture of my family.
That's insane. The only frame picture I have is with me and my great-grandfather.
Yeah, no, that's whack.
That's when I was 5.
That's whack. My parents have frame pictures, but they're adults.
Yeah, they're adults. I'm not an adult.
They're adults. And I guess these are adults, but that's not even your, husband or anything.
Dude.
That's the guy you cheated on with for a couple of months.
Dude, you know what's crazy?
What?
In modern movies now, they're not going to have pictures of people on the walls because I don't think people do that anymore.
We do that.
Where's a picture of people on the walls that aren't
not here, but at my mom's house?
Yeah, your mom's house. But us, our generation, are we going to do that?
Oh, I don't know.
Too much effort. Someone think of an invention. Go ahead.
Intriguing. OP continues. I slept on those same sheets. Yikes. Hopefully she washed them.
She didn't.
I know that she was at a fancy restaurant with someone else. She screenshots all those deep love quotes that I know aren't about me. So much that it lives rent-free in my head. She has a white bracelet with one black bead that she now wears every day. I've called her out on it. She lied once and said it was from her mom, and up till last week said, well, my best friend has the matching one. Well, her affair partner wears an all black one with one white bead. I know what that represents. Again, she doesn't know. I've seen all of these things.
That'd be so cute if it was them.
Yeah, I'm gonna pause for a second because why did he go back into this relationship? She cheated on him, and then when she broke up with her partner, she was like, "Actually, I think I'm actually interested in you now." Like she's just going back and forth.
He's like made himself to be a better person.
Yeah,
and I feel like since he's put in all that work, and before he used to be a bad person, he still thinks he owes her this in order to prove to himself that he's a better person.
Yeah,
I think that's why he's still there.
Yeah, which I don't think he deserves.
He doesn't deserve that at all. No.
He fixed himself, and now he's grown out of this person.
Mm-hmm.
So now to current day. I can't find anything that suggests she's still with him, but I know she uses Snapchat often and is secretive with her phone. Yeah, she's with him.
Snapchat better than snail mail.
Yeah. Whenever I bring up the affair, this blow up happens because I said I'd try not to bring it up and get over it, but I simply can't. I'm not rubbing it in, but it does come up when we argue, which is almost every week. We do really well for a bit up to and including intimacy, but then something happens and we go back to our
Nice.
She canceled our babysitter for trivia this past Tuesday and for this Friday where I got tickets for us to see a show, but she doesn't want to go because I can't get over her affair. Yeah, obviously.
What?
Her parents, mom and stepfather, both cheated on their spouses for each other and support my wife. And both call and text me that it's unfair that I bring up her affair. But she never apologized, and she only got back with him because it was convenient. These parents suck. They have kids. She cheated on him. She literally cheated on him, and they're defending her.
Oh, dude, this is the question she needs to ask herself. Do you want your kids to grow up to think cheating's okay?
Yeah.
Because that's how she grew up.
And now she thinks cheating's okay.
Now
and she's like, I can just come back to my partner whenever I want, whenever it's, convenient for me. The pictures of him live rent-free in my head almost constantly. I can't get past what she's done no matter how hard I try. I don't know what to do as she's trying to make me the bad guy. And I'm like, I've been here the whole time. I didn't fall in love with someone else. I just don't understand and am an emotional train wreck. And there is an update to finish us off. But yikes.
What
this wife is, I can't believe she's gaslight. She's literally like blaming him, gaslighting him, being like, oh no, like it was you. Why can't you just let this go?
You're not a good enough person.
Yeah.
I'm getting bored.
Yeah, no, you need to leave her though. You need to leave her.
She's not it, dude.
She is not it.
I hope and pray that she's not throwing all the things that he did in the past in his face.
Yeah, well, it seems like she might be. I don't know. She did when she first broke up with him. But it also seems like she's still seeing that other guy. She just wanted like the stability of the relationship, but also still getting to do like the cheating. Because she's secretive on Snapchat. It's weird.
That is very weird.
But there's an update. Well, long story short, I literally just caught her at the family condo with the affair partner. Oh, God. And have photos and videos of his truck, his belongings in the home, and her coming out of the master bedroom where he stayed behind a closed door. Yeah, that was, I also went into our shared car that she drove, and it was unlocked in the parking garage with an open high noon on the cup holder and her wallet and belongings still in it. She came home and tried to talk. It was a calm conversation, but she kept saying it was my fault. And if I communicated with her last night, I gray rocked her. What does that mean? Then maybe she wouldn't have been with him.
Why did he?
Is that like stonewalled her?
Why did he put an emoji here?
The gray rock.
What does this mean?
I feel like maybe that means stonewall. Like he ignored her.
What does this mean? gray rocking a strategy to deal with narcissists, those who depend on feeling important or special, and is essentially responding to them in bland, boring ways until they lose interest. Whoa. A tactic used to deal with abusive or manipulative behavior.
That's, because she was blaming him, and so he just gray rocked her.
Oh, so it involves becoming uninteresting and unengaging as possible so that the other person loses interest.
Interesting. That's interesting.
Oh, so she was saying you were being unengaging.
Yeah. And so that's why I cheated on you.
Whoa.
But she was definitely just cheating on him the whole time. So I communicated that I will be home later this afternoon/evening, so she's unexpectedly watching the kids today. I wanted to hang out with them as she took them away from me yesterday to go do activities, and I would do separate activities today. However, I'm not emotionally able to give the kids the best of me right now, and I definitely don't want to be around her. I asked her if she could sleep in the kids' room, and she got upset and stated that our bed is her bed, and she'll sleep where she wants. I said, obviously, because she always gets what she wants. I've been for a 6-mile walk already and have been calling and leaving voicemails at all the lawyers around. I know I can't abandon the home, but I can't be around them after what I just saw. Thank all of you who responded earlier this week and suggested Gray Rock and 180 for me. I implemented them, and I guess it drove her to this. But I'm officially divorcing her, and there's no going back. Edit and baby update. Legal counsel told me to not contact her, so that's what I'm doing. She texted me last night all about how she hasn't asked for a second chance, even though I've given them. And she loves me, and she now is willing to do therapy and share her locations and access to her phone and can see herself rocking on the porch with me at 80, yada yada. When I got home last night, she was in the master, so I slept upstairs. This morning, no communication. She wouldn't even look at me. Yesterday, when I caught them with video, I saw his hat and noticed it was a local landscaper, so I called to see if he worked there. He does. Okay, thanks. That was it. This MFer just called me saying if I want to talk to him, here's his number. Don't call my boss. I said, I have nothing to say to you. He replied, and I have nothing to say to you, and hung up. That was solved. Perfect.
Nice.
We both have nothing to say to each other. Great.
But we have each other's numbers.
Yeah.
Aw.
Also, her mom reached out and said how I must be devastated and she's so sorry and to call her when I have a chance. I'm going to continue no contact with everyone and let my lawyer do all the talking. Oh. Also, okay. One, I appreciate that OP's ex-wife's mom reached out to him because it was the dad and the stepwife who were like, horrible.
Gotcha.
They were like,
but
cheating's fine. But the mom who got cheated on was like, hey, this really sucks. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh, man.
No, I'm glad that he's getting divorced. He definitely should have not gotten back together with his wife, though, the first time. Because that
was not a good call.
She's going to cheat. Yeah.
She's going to cheat. She has to type.
She's got to type. Soccer coaches or whatever. But that's the whole story.
No, it's baseball coaches.
Baseball coaches?
Landscapers.
Oh, frick.
Low key. These are the type of people that lived in my hometown.
Baseball coaches and landscapers?
Yeah, it's kind of like blue collar jobs.
Yeah. Baseball coach is a blue collar job.
No, I mean, that's not their full time job.
I don't know if it's a collar job, yeah.
But I don't know, it's something like that.
Yeah, it's a part time job or something.
Dude, this reminds me of the one time I played baseball for my high school.
Yeah, and your baseball coach cheated?
No, I just was really bad at baseball.
Oh.
So I went to a high school where basically they recruited people for academics.
Mm-hmm.
So my class was like 100 people or whatever. And they needed someone to be on the baseball team. And I was like, why not? I'll try it. I've never tried it.
Yeah.
And I was pretty athletic. They put me at second base, but it was so bad. I was so scared that the ball was going to pop up and hit me in the face.
I would be too.
Could not play.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't even hit the ball very well. And the first game I had 12 errors.
What does that mean?
So an error is like you miss the ball, it goes by you, whatever. They counted up and it was 12.
My God.
And then they moved me to third base, and then the people started hitting the ball towards me at third base.
Oh, and you were like, no, this is exactly what I didn't want.
Yeah.
Bummer.
It was really bad. And they tried to teach me how to play baseball within one year. It was
Didn't work.
Not good whatsoever.
Ooh, I never played baseball or softball or anything, but in gym class sometimes we would do baseball. And that was always very fun.
Apparently I stuck with basketball and soccer.
Yeah.
Played football for a little bit, but I didn't like it.
I did soccer. I did basketball. I did volleyball.
Played basketball?
I did, yeah, very briefly.
Oh,
I did tennis very briefly. I
I
did
could see tennis.
I did ballet much longer than the rest. I did horseback riding briefly.
Yeah, that checks out.
Rude. I did swimming. I hated it. It was too cold.
It is very cold here in California.
So cold.
The water?
Yeah. No, I was freezing. I would always like have to leave the pool because my lips were blue. I think that's all the sports I did.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
My brothers love baseball.
Yeah.
They're pretty good at it too. They're pretty good at basketball too. Proud of those guys.
Look at them go.
I know. Dude, they're doing so much better than I was at their age.
Yeah. They learned from you.
They learned my mistakes and did better.
Yeah, they're like, we'll never follow in his footsteps. We'll be the best.
Sometimes think about what they think of me. Because, like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm out here in LA and they're back home in the
You're living it
homeland.
up. Yeah.
They're like, what's old Riley doing? They
He
never see
left
me.
us.
He left us.
He abandoned the family.
Yikes.
No, I don't think they think that.
You don't know what they think.
That's true. I'm sorry. I don't know.
How could you?
don't know what they think? You can't assume anything.
I did ask them, like, to rate me as a brother.
Oh, wow.
And they rated me higher than Tate, my other brother.
Wow.
So that was nice.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Should ask your brother to rate you.
I feel like I'd get a high rating.
Really? Because you're his only sister or because he okay.
He doesn't have any other comparison. He's like, you're the only one I got. Yeah. But that's all the stories we have today.
Yep. That's it.
That's it. You'll have to wait until tomorrow.
Or if it's a live stream day.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Maybe this comes out on a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, or Friday.
You get two, but if it comes out on a weekend or when
Wednesday,
sorry,
you're done.
You're done for.
Bummer.
Yeah.
If
you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you. And
see you tomorrow.